What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Rawstocks. It's the weekend, and there's been no trading for the last 2 days, which is a bummer. But we're coming out with some videos. We're about to head into the trading session for Monday, so I wanted to give you guys this video so that you guys can best anticipate where price is likely to head early on into this coming week. So Friday, we had a nice day, nice average, average size candle. After that Tesla event, we saw that sell off. We opened low and we traded up. Okay, we didn't even get back to the close. Barely with a wick, we got back to the close of Thursday's candle. We didn't get anywhere near the high or the open there of Thursday's candle. So just an up day in what appears to be a correction. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going down. Doesn't mean we're going up. Looking at this trend line indicator that I have running, it's an automatic trend line indicator. It will adjust accordingly. We're on the daily chart. Okay, we have that trend line. We talked about this being a potential false breakout. Looks like we did get a false breakout, right? Popped up above, sold down into. Now we're inside of this descending megaphone pattern. Doesn't mean we're going to head down to the bottom here, down in the 160s. Not necessarily, right? These extended megaphone patterns, whether they're up or down, don't necessarily continue to play out in that direction. What we'll probably see is this trend line here potentially hold as support. So I'm more considering this resistance level as a level we're watching to break, and this trend line being our support. So if we were to come down into next week, we're looking still at that 226 level right here. If you don't have it on your chart, we've been talking about it for a while, 226.61. And I'm looking for that support to hold. So that could be Monday, Tuesday. Maybe we see that trade down. Maybe we see us open gap down and trade into it. Maybe that doesn't come till Tuesday or Wednesday, right? But we got that support level. We got our resistance level there on the trend line. And so we're going to be watching both those things as we continue to see we're in a bit of a triangle pattern waiting for a breakout or a breakdown. Okay, that false breakout probably caught some people, and then that sell off. So our bias for the week is currently bearish because we did not trade above or below that the high or the low here. Just traded to it and then sold down. So until we trade above a previous day high or below a previous day low, our bias is technically, in this case, bearish. Okay, tomorrow, if we trade and close above Friday's high, then we will change our bias to bullish. But right now, bearish bias, trading down. Okay, we have our previous day high, previous day low levels automatic on our indicator. That one's in the Smart Money Concepts indicator. I have them turned on, but it shows Thursday. It doesn't show Friday, even though we're heading into Monday. So previous day high, previous day low, mark them off accurately on your chart. Okay, high and low. There we go. So that's our range. Looking to break that range, close above that range, or close below that range to develop a new bias. Nothing else cooking. Kind of sideways consolidation, right? If we looked at, if we just took a rectangle and looked at this, right? That looks a lot like consolidation. Looks like we try to break out, false breakout, consolidation. Until we break that range clearly. And that's going to be a candle closing above this range or candle closing below this range. Until we do that, I'm really just looking at this being a consolidation range. But I am watching for it to break out. Looks a lot like potentially after this move, kind of an accumulation sideways move. Looking to build energy for a move in the next direction. Sorry, I had to get some water. I think I got some pepper in my throat. All right, so let's move down to the 1 hour time frame. Real quick, I'm gonna actually, before I move down, I'm going to throw up some moving averages just so you can see where we are. We're below the 20 period. We're above the 50 period. We're above the 200 period. So just closing right above right at the 20 period, which is probably why we, partially why we stopped there. And we caught, bounce on that 50 period. So see if we can start trading up. We'll be above all of them. We'll get all the moving averages to line up. Could push us up higher. look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, on the 4-hour chart, premium, discount, equilibrium. Okay, came from discount, haven't got up to premium, currently have come back in and around equilibrium on the 4-hour chart, looking to see that final push up into premium. Okay, that would take us above 260, 260 to 268. Not looking for a whole lot more than that, but looking for us to deliver up there. Okay, what I have seen is we took this push. This is called a failure to deliver on liquidity. We didn't get to our liquidity target. Came back down. We're going to see that push up through that 257, delivering on this liquidity up into potentially premium and in this order block. So I am looking in the next week or two for 262. I don't think we're going to sell off from here. We could. I just don't think we're going to. So we'll see what happens. It is heading into December. Not surprised we got some sell-off into the end of the month for repositioning, but I also haven't seen any indication that this is a reversal, just back down to support. Support has held so far. So really looking for price to come up into this order block and deliver on this 257, 258 liquidity wick right here. The fact that we failed here tells me that we're probably going to push up and take that. Moving averages on the 4-hour chart, below the 20 period, above at the 50, above the 200. Would want to see the 200. So this 20 is going to come down through this, just because that's what it looks like. Even if we trade up on the 4-hour time frame, we're still probably going to see it pull in and then pull up. What I do want to see on the 4-hour is I want to see the 200 period start to curl up. That would give me more faith that we're going to see additional run. Where if we start trading down below it, we could see the 200 period just dip, and then we could see price take another run down below 200. So we'll be watching that as well. As far as smart money concepts go, we do have a fair value gap in here. So we'll see as price trades back up into that fair value gap around 241 all the way to 245. As price pulls into that, we will see. It is something that we know that price is going to get drawn into. If we catch a reversal to there, then we're looking at 226 for sure. Okay, let's drop down to the 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart, we're above the 20. Above the 20, above the 200, below the 50. Would expect that potentially we could run up to the 50. That would probably be right around where our fair value gap is, and maybe see a rejection from there if we were going to. Seen a lot of strong support. Look at all this support in this level. This does tell me that we might continue to hold. We came down and held it last week, came down and held it again after all of this holding. So, I mean, it's very strong. We'll just see if it continues to offer support, continuously. On the 1-hour chart, we've come most recently from discount. We set premium, came back into equilibrium. So again, if we're going to continue to head lower, we're going to come up and test this 50 up into this, previous week high, this fair value gap that's up there on the 4-hour time frame, some other moving averages that are in and around there. We're going to test that, and then we're going to head lower. If we do, if the objective is to head lower, we're going to be watching our fib levels here to here. We're looking for entry here around 245. 245 would be your short entry if you think we're going lower. I think we're going higher right now, and that's the way that I'm going to be watching. Doesn't necessarily mean I won't play puts, but I do think that we're going higher. Drop down into the 15-minute chart. 15-minute shows you just a little bit better of the structure. I've not seen anything that shows optimal entry or signs of an actual reversal. Right now I'm treating this as a correction, right? But again, more confluence in this area. We got a liquidity target in the 245. We got a 200 period at 242, right? A lot of activity between 242 and 245. So minimum, I would expect us to pull up into there. But also on the 15-minute, we got an order block up here as well, right around that liquidity level that we're looking to take. So I do think we're going to come back down here. We're going to come back up at least into that area, right? Take that liquidity, take the high here, and then we'll see from there. We might go higher, we might not. But I do think we're going to trade back up into that in the next week or two. I could be wrong. If we just start selling off, we're looking at 226. But that is a very obvious target that we've been watching and looking for as we saw this come down, right? Each time we've come down here, I've been looking for 226, right? And we just keep holding 230. So if we start to fall out and we take this 231 level and we drop this, both all of I mean, there's so many targets here in the 230, in the mid 230 area. But if we take out all of these little, around the same area, then all we got left is this down close candle here, this wick. Then we got 1 hour. These are 1 hour fair value gaps on a 15-minute chart. But we got 1 hour fair value gaps in there. And so, and we got this support line. So we could come down, take the liquidity, blow the support just a little bit, rally from there, right? Or we could just come down, back test, and then come down further. So I'll show you with the path tool what that would look like. So if we were going to trade down, we might see this, okay, or we might blow down below it, take the liquidity, back test, run down into the fair value gap. Okay, not those are on the table. Not exactly what I'm expecting, but could be on the table. All right, we could also do something like this and pull up into that 242 area that we were looking for at the minimum, right? And then from there, we could see the correction. Let me just put it back on. So say we do come up like that. We could still trade down and still potentially take that 226, even with a move like this that started up and then, caught our optimal trade entry and caught our some of our targets in this range in this area. And then we saw a reversal from there. Totally on the table as well. Or we could just see, not a straight rocket like the arrow shows, but I mean, we could see anything like that where we come up and we take the high, we break structure, we trade into the above liquidity targets, order block, right? We got levels here at 257, and we had some additional targets on the higher time frame up here in the 260s. So totally possible too. I wouldn't mind seeing another back test of this before this next move happens. And that's why I kind of thought we were going to take the 226, because I thought we would come down earlier. I was looking for it back here. Thought we'd come down, run a test of the support, and then see a rally into order block. Well, we just continued to hold that 230 level and then start to head to the order block. Didn't get there, came back down. Looks like maybe we could run a test on the support line, or we could just continue to rally from there. I think the actual Cybertruck event was bullish news, even though we sold off. I think it was just a big manipulation. I think the Cybertruck seems like it's going to be a good thing for Tesla, and I think that big money was just looking to flush retail with that early sell-off into the Cybertruck event, sell-off in pre-market. I think they were looking to just get liquidity freed up so that they could take their long positions and get the entry that they want. All of this test of 230, to me, starts to tell me that we're seeing smart money accumulate, right? They bought here, they bought here, they bought here, they bought here, right? They orchestrate the flush, get retail to stop out. They buy their positions, right? Retail tries to get back in. We just keep building their positions, right? Accumulating, right? Accumulating in all of these lows. They're buying, they're building their position, right? And however many times they need to bring it down here to get their orders filled. And then boom, you'll see it rip up. If that's exactly what they were doing, if my hypothesis is true. So just be watching for that. We got our different levels. We got our different things that we're watching for. And so again, I don't think it'll be any surprise whichever move happens. When we're day trading and scalping, we're watching shorter time frames anyways. So these targets are just higher time frame targets is where, on the intraday, when certain things happen, is what we know we're targeting. And so we know if we start falling, and we see certain things set up, we're looking for 131, right? We know if we start, we come down here, we start running up, what are we looking for? 240 and some change, right? Those are our high time frame liquidity targets and points of interest. So hopefully this has been helpful for you guys. Look forward to the trading week. I also got a new video out in the playlist. That's the Smart Money chart setup that I do every single week in the Traders Helping Traders Discord. Also, don't forget to check out the description. There's some other links to ways you can support the channel, whether it be the Discord, whether it be the merchandise page, whether it be just by donation. Anything helps. If you guys could smash like, subscribe, share it to all your friends, that'd be great. And I'll see you guys on the next one.